Hi, I'm Al. I'm the guy that gets to go after the amazing Indian food and before your dinner. So I'll keep this really quick and try and whisper it. I'm the global head of creative and brand strategy at Pinterest. I've recently joined, I've been there about 3 months, joined from Instagram, so about 2 years at Instagram helping grow that business over here in Europe, Middle East, Africa. And before that, hanging out with Dave, spent 6 years helping grow the Facebook business. So this might all be quite random, might make some sense, we'll see. But basically, kind of what I'm just going to talk about is kind of what I've learned, I guess, in that time. Because I spend my days, day in, day out, talking to the world's biggest brands about how to make sense of these platforms, how to make sense of how people are now changing their behavior, spending their time, what they're spending time doing. You know, you heard earlier, 25% of all time on a mobile phone is spent on Facebook and Instagram. So how do you kind of wrap your head around this? What the fuck do you how do you even approach that? And the challenge is that people's behavior and technology is accelerating so fast, and it's accelerating faster than brands and businesses are. And so how do you kind of approach this space and make sense of it all when there are so many different options, so many different new emerging technologies? How do you kind of actually use them to your advantage and grow businesses through them? That's me. Hi. This is just kind of a random shot of the Apple earphone. The point here is just the pace of change. These things are changing and emerging so quickly. So when I talk to businesses, I've been at the heart, I guess, of 3 of these companies that are driving this change around the world. And I kind of gave up trying to understand kind of all the things that were happening a long time ago. Kind of, I guess, day in, day out. Within each of these companies, so much progression is happening at such rapid pace. Part of the challenge is to actually not try and keep up with it, but know what is important, what's actually going to drive a difference, make a difference for what you're trying to do. And that's what I try and tell my brands. What about brands? Feel the dreams. Anyone know this? Yeah. Okay. A few. Wait until I get to one later on that really show some great hairs. Exactly, you build it and they will come. That was kind of the vision from Kevin Costner in this movie. And this is what I see kind of businesses and brands doing all the time. They think all this amazing technology is happening, they go and build something and expect people to turn up and give a shit and give them lots of money, and it doesn't work like that. Like, people's phones is really precious real estate. And to get on there is really fucking hard. You're competing with Facebook, you're competing with Google, you're competing with Twitter, maybe us a little bit. But people are spending so much time in these environments, use them to your advantage. Kind of get your message in front of people where they're spending their time. Don't try and change behavior, because on the whole it would be really hard to do that. Try and kind of make sure you're adapting to how people are behaving, adapting to kind of what people are doing, to drive relevance, to get cut through, and to get your message heard and seen. Kind of like these guys. Why have I got my brothers? This is a really old company, almost 200 years. And so kind of when I talk to brands, as I say, kind of all around the world, kind of the thing I try and stay true to is, yes, all this stuff is happening, and yes, you can go and kind of do all these crazy things, but the best way to approach it is look at each of them, understand each of them. I've worked with some of the kind of CMOs of some of the biggest brands, and I'm like, so kind of, are you on Facebook? Kind of, do you understand kind of where your consumers are spending all this time? Like, no, Facebook's not for me. You're the biggest brand in the world. You're not understanding where your consumers are spending, where your customers are spending all their time. So have a look, jump in, spend time here, but don't try and spread yourself in across everything. Understand the role that each of these platforms is playing in people's lives, because they all play a very specific and different role. Understand the ones which make sense for you and will kind of be valuable to your business, and then double down on them. Double down on the ones that you want to kind of go big on. And then when you do, keep it really fucking simple. Don't try and overcomplicate it, because you can. Stay true to who you are, stay true to who you've been for kind of the core of your brand, the core of your business, why you exist, and bring it to life through each of these different platforms in different ways to make sense to people. The robots are coming. So Zuck talks about kind of time horizons at Facebook in kind of 12 months, 5 years, 10 years. And yes, so he talks about VR and AI in kind of 5 to 10 year period when it will truly kind of come of age. So for most businesses, thinking about that's fine. But right now, the next 12 months, it's still all about the mobile phone. There's still so much space to catch up and get up to speed. Just think about how people are using their phones. Go back a bit more. And so the point here was kind of how do people discover new things? How do they hear about things and find things? And it used to be the kind of people that controlled the printing presses controlled what got in front of people. That was content, that was what people found and discovered and learned from and kind of shared with one another. But that's kind of evolved and changed quite dramatically, as you kind of all know. And now how people discover is still based on how people put things in front of people. So here, printing presses put information in front of people, they consumed it. Now, still, people are designing ways to put information in front of people, but it's back to our old algorithms. So now, the way that information is getting shared, and Dave's right, the amount of content grows exponentially. The amount of information people are consuming is growing, so the algorithms are there to help make sense of it and help you find the bits that are most relevant to you. So Facebook does that through your friend network, through your social network, the people that you know. Pinterest, what we're building is through your passions and your interests. You come to Pinterest to do the things that you love doing in your day-to-day life, in your world. So we're trying to help make sense of all the information that's out there. We've got 75 billion pins of bits of information. How can we get the right bit to you at the right moment in time? Or it's through searching. So Facebook and Pinterest kind of predominantly is around feeds and algorithms serving up information and put in front of you. The other mode is going looking for something. So Google is really great at looking for something really specific. You go there looking for a particular item. What we're building is kind of one step before that, something a bit broader. We're going looking for kind of what should I eat tonight? It's more subjective, less objective-based searching. Or you're looking for what I like to do at the weekends is little party dress ideas. And so we'll serve up party dress ideas, but then what we're building is kind of more of a visual way of consuming and searching for information, just like Dave said. It's going from text to visuals. So now you can kind of look at that dress, and we'll show you related dresses. Or you can open up your camera and take a picture of something, and we'll show you related content through image recognition. What's next? This is the real test for the old people in the room. Does anyone know who this is? Hands up if you know this. Okay, I'm not the only non-millennial in the room. So this is Minder from back in like the late 80s, early 90s, I guess. And Arthur Daly here is like a wheeler dealer, he's a car dealer, and you kind of go and you give him cash and he gives you a really shitty car. The point here is how transactions are changing and evolving. So, and the rate of change is really, really fast. So 5 years ago, people weren't comfortable buying something on a website. Fast forward now, it's common practice. 12 months ago, people weren't comfortable buying something on their mobile phones. Now, common practice. I think the next 12 months, we'll see people being comfortable buying through apps on their mobile phone. At this moment in time, it's still not mainstream. The next 12 months, we'll be seeing transaction at the point of discovery, and that discovery is happening in apps on mobile phones. So, what next? Quick video. It won't have sound because the sound doesn't work, but imagine like a really cool soundtrack here. This is what we're building. So that's just one of the little things that we're kind of currently focused on building. And I guess the kind of point, and I'll wrap up, is don't try and know everything. Use the technology in a way that makes sense to your brand and to your consumers and your customers. Adapt to what they're doing and their behavior. Don't try and force them into a new behavior model. It's really, really fucking hard unless you're either a total unicorn or got a lot of investment behind you. But how people are using their time through these apps on their phone provide massive opportunities to get your message in front of people or to get transactions at that point of discovery and that point of search. That's it. Thanks.